Hi, my name is Mellissa Hughes. I'm a soprano. Really happy to be performing as part of the Resonant Bodies Festival. I will be performing part one of the Kurtág Kafka Fragments with violinist Carolyn Chin. I'm really excited about this project because I've been wanting to do it since 2005. My second year in grad school, somebody gave me a recording of it and said, "You'd be great for this. You should really put this on your list of things to do." As often what happens after one leaves grad school, one finds one doesn't have time to put together these amazing projects like they did in grad school. I thought this is a really great opportunity for me to actually put in the time and, give myself a milestone, something to work towards. So breaking it up into small parts, we're only going to do part one, which is not even really 45 minutes of music, but we have a plan for that. And then we'll work towards adding additional parts later on, and then eventually a full performance of the whole thing. I met Carolyn Chin through her husband, Brian Snow. She's a great violinist and quite familiar with this repertoire, and she approached me about it, which I sort of took as a collective sign from the universe that it was time for me to approach this music again. And then sometime last year, I was asked to perform at the benefit for Don Upshaw, and I thought, hey, what a great opportunity to put together a few of these and start from there. And so I called Carolyn, and she was gung-ho for it. And then since then, we've met up a few times to kind of slowly tackle a few of them at a time, and then talk about other places that we can perform them and how we can interpret them nowadays, how they're maybe more relevant to us in 2014 than they were in 2005. I felt like if I didn't take the initiative to program this myself, nobody else was going to call me up and say, "Hey, are you interested in doing these pieces?" Nobody would do that. Like, I'm the girl you call to do electronic and weird multi-genre stuff and recite ingredients off of a cupcake or whatever. Like, that's totally me, but you don't think, "Oh, Mellissa Hughes, she should do these pieces." And once upon a time that I totally should have done these pieces, and I've just sort of maybe painted myself, or maybe not me, but have felt a little painted into a corner this past season. I need to get back to some of the things that originally brought me into this world of new music. 2004, I think the first time I heard the recording, somebody played it for me. It was very stark and strident and disjunct. It wasn't something I would ever classify as being beautiful. As I'm returning to them, the starkness is actually kind of what is drawing me to them. With just voice and violin, there are so many colors. There's so many colors. The text is really small, fragments. But he has this whole musical language that he uses. In particular, his is very diligently, meticulously spelled out as far as his markings, notations, and gestures and expressions. He gives you a lot to work with, and then the two of you have this conversation about how is this working for you, and what is your interpretation of this? And almost 10 years ago, I would have approached it in a completely different way, and now I'm able to hear how beautiful just the stark qualities of just violin and voice are. Meeting with Carolyn, so what do you want to tackle next time we meet? In a week, we'll take 3 more on there, And she's like, these ones are really hard. I want to leave these ones, the ones that are really difficult for her, and not necessarily the ones that are really difficult for me. And so sort of strategically putting them together, not in order. Because his notation is so exact, it's a different world to find your musical freedom in, your musical expression. It's a little more, there's not as much room to breathe together, trying to figure out how I can still maintain my connection to the text and the drama within some kind of strict guidelines he has there. There are actually some incredibly gorgeous harmonies that are by themselves so simple and so beautiful. I want to get lost in them. It'd be nice to find a nice middle ground between allowing myself to fully immerse in this music and enjoy it and have this beautiful experience. There needs to be some vitality and life and some vibrancy within this incredibly strict structure. Thanks for watching. Again, I'm Mellissa Hughes. Looking forward to seeing you at September 2nd. I'm on at 8:15. Come for the whole show. Stay for all of it. Come back the next day. Be well.